Hello, I am Dr. Dhubajyoti Mondal and my channel name is Topics in Chemistry. I will discuss different topics of chemistry in this channel. Please subscribe my channel to get latest notification and also get latest update of this channel.
Okay, so today our topic name is phase diagram of one component system. So last day I told you what is the importance of Clausius-Caprian equation, and I told you the different equation of the Caprian equation. For example, you can write that dp by dt is equal to delta H transition by T, and this is V of one phase. So suppose P2 is the one phase minus volume of another phase P1. So that is the general formula, dp by dt delta H transition by T dp of one phase minus V of another phase. So now there are different types of equilibria. For example, you can consider solid equilibria with liquid, you can consider liquid equilibrium with vapor, and also you can consider solid is equilibrium with vapor. And for these three types of equilibria, I told you three different equations and what is its importance in phase diagram. So now we have to draw the phase diagram of one component system. So generally one component system, the simplest example, the first example that we will discuss, that is H2O. Also another one component system is carbon dioxide. You can also consider sulfur. Okay, so these are some examples of one component system. So first I will discuss what is the phase diagram of water. So come here first. As you can see here, there is two important variables, pressure and temperature. So I will plot the phase diagram of H2O, and in that case you have to mention two axes. One is y-axis and another one is x-axis. Now along x-axis, this is the x-axis, here you have to show this is the temperature, and in the y-axis you have to show pressure. That is the first you have to do. Okay, so this side is pressure and this side is temperature. Now you have to draw the phase diagram. So phase diagram, the water phase diagram looks like this. This is one equilibria, this is another equilibrium line, and this is another equilibrium line. So you can see there are three phase equilibrium line, and this is the point, name is O. Suppose that this is the OA line, this is the OB line, and this is the OC line. Okay. Now these three lines are coming from that equation, dp by dt delta H transition by T Vp P2 minus P1. So you can see this is the first line, this is the second line, this is the third line. So this line name is, this line curve is called sublimation curve. This is called sublimation curve, and this curve is called vapor pressure curve. This is the vapor pressure curve, and this is the curve that is called melting point curve. Melting point curve. Okay, so three important curve: vapor pressure curve, sublimation curve, and melting point curve. In the vapor pressure curve, actually here liquid is equilibrium with vapor. In a sublimation curve, you know that it is the solid is equilibrium with vapor, and the melting point curve, solid is equilibrium with liquid. So now come here. If you consider H2O, you know that H2O exists in three phases, and these three phases are ice. You can consider that is ice that may in equilibrium with liquid water, and you can also consider the main equilibrium with vapor. Okay, now here you can see this is the three important curve, and this three curve represents three important equilibrium. Now you can see here there are mainly four types of equilibriums. Four types of equilibriums are possible. Four types of equilibriums is possible. What are those four equilibriums? So you can write here four equilibriums are possible. So what are those equilibrium? You can consider liquid, that is in equilibrium with vapor. This is the first equilibrium. Number two, you can consider solid. It is in equilibrium with vapor. Number three, you can consider solid is equilibrium with liquid. Solid is equilibrium with liquid. And number four, you can consider this three phase. Solid is equilibrium with solid, is in equilibrium with liquid, is in equilibrium with vapor. Okay, so these are four important combinations are possible, and based on this combination you can say that these lines, this curve, this phase diagram can be drawn. Now you can see here this line, the first line, as I told you, the OA represents by vapor pressure curve. So here you know that this is the first equilibrium, that is liquid is in equilibrium with vapor. Sublimation curve, here solid is in equilibrium with vapor. Melting point curve, here solid is in equilibrium with liquid. Okay, so these are four equilibrium. So you can write here that this is represented by OA line, solid represented by solid equilibrium and represented by OB line, solid, and solid in equilibrium with this is represented by OC line. Now there is another one, solid in equilibrium with liquid, equilibrium with vapor, that is represented by a point, that is not a line, and this point is called triple point. So this is the point O. So here this is the point. Actually you can see that in that point solid is equilibrium with liquid, is equilibrium with vapor. Okay, so this is the O point. So now you know the line, you know the point, and you have to know another term, that is the area. So here you can see there are mainly three important areas. What are those areas? You can see here that AOC, that is an area. You can see here BOC, this is the one area. Okay, another area is BOA, this is the total one area. So three areas are possible here. One is this is the total area, one is this is the total area. Another area is this one, COA. Another one is this area, this is the BOC. So area, so I'm writing here, suppose here you can write, in here area. There are three important area. One is BOA, that is number one area. Okay, number two area is COA, and number three area is this area, COA and BOC. Okay, so this is the three important area that's possible. Now we have to know what is the degree of freedom. Okay, so what is the degree of freedom of these three lines? of the point and of the area. Now first you can see here, this is the area actually. This is the area for this whole area, that is BOA area, that is for vapor. Okay, and COA area, that is for liquid. CO area is for liquid water, liquid H2O, simple water. So this area is for vapor, this area for liquid water, and that is for ice. Okay, BOC area for ice. Okay, now you have to know what is the degree of freedom of the curves, of the OA curves. So OA curves, you have to know the degree of freedom here. You have to know the degree of freedom of OB curves, and you have to know the degree of freedom of OC curves. Okay, so as I told you that in OA curve you can see that liquid is equilibrium with vapor. So there is two phase, and you know that F is equal to C minus P plus 2, that is the formula of degree of freedom. So here the number of component is 1, only one component is present, that is water. So 1 minus 2 plus 2, so that is equal to 1. So here only one degree of freedom. Okay, so one degree of freedom means there is only one variable, so only one variable is possible here. And now simply if you consider OB, that is solid is equilibrium with vapor, sublimation curve. Here also you can see C minus P plus 2, also there is two phase, so here it is also one variable. And in case of OC, here you can see the solid is equilibrium with liquid, so here F is equal to C minus P plus 2, here also 1. So these three lines are univariant. Now if you see the area, okay, if you see the area, as I told you that AOC, that is the area, AOC represents the what? Liquid water, liquid H2O. So there is only one phase is present, so you can write the F is equal to C minus P plus 2. So there is one phase minus one component minus one phase plus 2, that is equal to 2. So that is bivariant. Okay, now if you see the BO area means that is the vapor of water, and that is again you can see that degree of freedom F is equal to C minus P plus 2. Again that is 2, that is because there is only one phase is present, and there is another area, that is BOC area, BOC, that is for ice, and here also degree of freedom is equal to 2. So here in the, if you see this is the curve, these are the curve, and this is the area, and another equilibrium is present there, that is the point. Only one point is present, that is the O. In the O point you can see the solid is equilibrium with liquid is equilibrium with vapor. So here you can see that there is three phases are present, so here you can write F is equal to C minus P plus 2. So there is only one component, three phase plus 2, that is equal to 0. So yeah, in O point there is no variable. Okay, so degree of freedom F is equal to 0. And this point, as I told you, that this point is called triple point. Triple point means, what is the definition of triple point? In the triple point, this three phase, solid, liquid and vapor, these three phases are in equilibrium. Okay, now again you have to draw the curve here. Okay, so here as I told you that this side y-axis is pressure, x-axis temperature, and you can see this is the solid vapor equilibrium, this is liquid vapor equilibrium, and this is solid liquid equilibrium. This is called O triple point, this is A OA line OA curve, this is OB curve, and this is the OC curve. The last lecture I told you that why the slope of OC curve is negative, and you can see the OB curve slope and OA curve slope both are positive. And you can see with increase of pressure the boiling point of liquid water increases. Similarly, increase of pressure, the temperature, sublimation temperature gradually increases. But if you see with increase of pressure, the freezing point temperature, melting point temperature of ice gradually decreases. Okay, so now in this line, as I told you, the point is called O. This O is called the tipple point, and the pressure, the temperature of this O point is 0.0098 degrees Celsius. Okay, so at that point the temperature is 0.0098 degrees Celsius, and at that point the pressure is almost 4.58 millimeter of Hg. Okay, almost 0.06 atmosphere pressure. And if you see, the temperature is 0.98 degrees Celsius. Now there is another point. This is the final point. This point is called another point, that is called critical temperature. This temperature is called critical TC, critical temperature. And you know that after that point you cannot condense the vapor into liquid. So that is the maximum temperature at which liquid can exist. After that point liquid cannot exist. So this is called the critical point temperature, and it is almost 374 degrees Celsius for water. Okay, now come here, this C point. This is the other point. This is from melting point curve. This C point here, the pressure is 2240 atmosphere, and the temperature is minus 22 degree Celsius. Okay, so here the temperature is minus 22 Celsius. Now come here, this is the B point. At that B point, here the temperature is minus 273 degrees Celsius, that is 0 Kelvin. So this is the 0 Kelvin, and this is 0.0098 degrees Celsius. This is 374 degrees Celsius, and here it is minus 22 degrees Celsius. And as I told you that here all are vapor, here all are liquid phase, and here in that case all solid phase. And also see here, if you see, this is the high temperature zone. That means you know that at high temperature zone vapor exists. So here the high temperature but low pressure, so that's why here vapor exists. Here this is the high temperature zone, you can say, but the pressure is very high. Okay, pressure is very high, that's why liquid exists. And here is the low temperature and high pressure zone, so here mainly the solid ice exists. Now suppose you can consider a point, in the line. Suppose a point you can consider, that is this point. Suppose this is the point, and this is the point A. Now if you see the A point, if you go the right hand direction, here there is only one phase, and that is solid phase. Now suppose the pressure here is 1 atmosphere pressure. Here the pressure is 1 atmosphere. Here suppose the pressure is 1 atmosphere pressure. Okay. So here if you go from that A point in the right hand direction, you will meet here first in that line, the curve, that is the B point. So here solid converts to liquid. Now this is the, as I told you that this is the melting point curve. So here solid converts to liquid. After B point, if you go in this zone, in this area, you can see here the all phases are liquid, there is no solid phase. Now if you go here atmosphere at C point, So at C point, now the liquid converts to vapor. And now if after beyond C, if you go in the right hand direction of C point, so here in the point, suppose you go here, so in that point you can get D point. So in the D point, all are vapor. So at A point, this is a solid. Now if you gradually increase the temperature, you can see gradually increase the temperature. So at that point, liquid solid ice converts to liquid. Here all are liquid phase. In that point, liquid converts to vapor, and after that point, all are vapor phase. Okay, so this is the change of temperature at constant pressure on water system. Now, high pressure phase diagram of water. You can see at C the pressure is very high, and as I told you that high pressure, the actually water exists as ice. So when it reaches minus 22 Celsius at a, so it reaches at minus 22 Celsius and 2240 atmosphere at C point. Now the question is, what will happen if the pressure increase further after C point? It has been observed that we obtain different forms of ice having different densities and also different crystal structure after C point. And it is noticed that almost there are 7 types of ice. 7 types of ice are possible: ice 1, ice 2, ice 3, and ice 4, ice 5, ice 6, ice 7. Okay. So you can for that. So if you want to see what is the melting temperature, what is the curve of pressure versus melting temperature of ice, then see any book and study it from that book. Okay. And you can see here, interestingly, that even melting of ice is very hot at extremely high pressure. So read it from any very good book. So this is the melting point curve. So you can know, so from the phase diagram you can know there is 2 important points. One is O point, tipple point, and another point that is called critical point, critical temperature. So tipple point temperature, tipple point and critical point, these are 2 different. In case of tipple point, solid, liquid and vapor, these 3 phases are in equilibrium. But if you consider critical temperature, here after that temperature liquefaction is not possible, because after that temperature all are vapor, all liquid converts to vapor. So beyond that point no liquefaction is possible. So this is a phase diagram of ice. So please subscribe my channel to get more updates and to get notification on this on different topics of chemistry. Thank you.
Thank you. Finally, my request to my students, please subscribe my channel. Thank you.